Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It is a day full of great news. And last night, Nintendo Switch added folders. I made it a separate video, so that's not even part of the great news I'm about to tell you about. There's even more. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Make sure to hit that like button if you enjoy the show. It helps out a lot. And let me know your take on today's topics in the comments down below. Let's roll. Couple quick hitters to start things off. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection box art is brilliant. It's just freaking fantastic. One of the best box arts I've ever seen for Switch. They better announce a release date soon because for $40, this is a lot of game. And you got Raphael going, arr, arr, arr. I really love that shot from Turtles in Time. Also, we have good news coming out for Kirby and the Forgotten Land, as the first review score is in. And it comes from the notoriously tough to please Edge magazine. It's really difficult to crumble the cookies of those reviewers over in the UK, and so I'm proud to tell you that Kirby and the Forgotten Land earned an 8 out of 10 from Edge, which bodes really well, because like an 8 from Edge honestly feels like a 9 from a lot of other publications and sites. So I expect this one to reveal super well, and we'll see in just a couple of days. The game is out. I cannot wait for it. Pink lights in honor of the puff, and I got something special coming your way soon. But first, let me also tell you that in the same brand new issue of Edge magazine, Tunic got an 8 out of 10 as well, and Tunic is just terrific. I don't know if you've heard the buzz on that game, but let me be the little bee that tells you, that game is phenomenal. And if they're saying Kirby and Tunic, same score, man, oh man, it's gonna be a great week. Speaking of great weeks, you got a chance to grab the greatest memory card on Switch for an incredibly great price right now. This card right here, the 256 gig card, is 45% off on Amazon. Go get it quick before the deal runs out, because you can have this card and save a ton of your Switch games for only 25 bucks. That is a great price for a 256 gig card. Make sure to click the link in the description down below. Every time you click the link, it helps support the channel and it will support your Switch with a phenomenal card at a phenomenal price. So go quickly. I'm not sure how long the deal will last, but it's one of the best I've ever seen. Let's just keep piling it on, okay? More and more good stuff. Imp of the Sun looks to be an awesome new game that was just unveiled yesterday. Now, this title is borrowing heavily from Ori and the Blind Forest, and it has one of the most interesting announcers for a trailer I've ever seen. Just listen to this for a minute. It's definitely got some like Egyptian vibes or Aztec vibes, really interesting art style, a cool little character, and guess what? Drum roll please, it's coming out Thursday. Yeah, they announced that this brand new game is coming Thursday, and I am very eager to check it out. I think Ori is fantastic, and so more in the veins of Ori, maybe with less tears, will be a terrific addition to the Switch eShop. I can only hope that it controls really well. If Fireshine Games is able to make that little imp control really nicely, then we could have another indie hit in our hands. Let me know in the comments down below if you're interested to check this one out later this week. It really does seem a lot like Ori, with a non-linear platformer, upgrades, all sorts of characters, boss battles, exploration, and beautiful art. So we will have to see how it does. Let's just keep upping the ante, okay? Because we have more great news about more stupendous Switch stuff. All right, a big leak came from Tom Henderson, who is a known and reliable leaker for many games, many platforms. And today he's talking all about Ubisoft. He says they'll have a massive showcase this summer and that they got like 20 games that they're working on right now. 20! We're like, can Nintendo get out Breath of the Wild 2? And Ubisoft's over here just cranking them. Now, that pretty much means that not all of them will be great, but there are 2 in particular that I want to tell you about that are brand new and I think could be brilliant. Before we do that though, Tom Henderson does note that he has heard that Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope is on track and will release later this year. Yes, yes, yes. There were some earlier rumors that that game was maybe struggling a bit and it would end up being delayed until 2023, especially since we haven't seen much of it since its initial reveal, but it looks like it is going smoothly. Should see a big bump for this one at this Ubisoft showcase this summer, and then hopefully an early fall release. That would be awesome to fit it in August or September. I cannot wait to see what they do with Mario + Rabbids, but I also can't wait to see what they do with this leaked title, Immortals Phoenix Rising 2. Now, if you didn't play Immortals Phoenix Rising, you really should check it out. It is the best stopgap between Breath of the Wild 1 and 2 that I think you can buy on Switch. And it's currently on sale. It's been on a lot of great sales. If you can get this game for 20 bucks or so, there is so much to play. It's basically like mythical Zelda, all right, with a big world, a lot of colors, and better combat. It also has a really engaging, interesting, and sometimes comical storyline, a bunch of DLC, and they really just did their best Breath of the Wild impersonation. They're like, how can we make this Nintendo game Ubisoft style? And I think it was one of the most successful original ideas Ubisoft has had in years. You know, they are a factory at this point. They just churn it out, use their IP across the board, and say, how many times can we say Far Cry before you cry? The answer is a lot, apparently. And they've got Assassin's Creeds in the work, and they've got Division, and yada, yada, yada. But Immortals Phoenix Rising 2 would be a great get. And I wonder how soon they're planning on showcasing this one and releasing it. If it shows off this year, man, that makes it even more interesting. With Zelda supposed to release, Immortals coming soon. I mean, it's a lot of clashing. Horizon Forbidden West, the open world games with big, beautiful worlds are back at it. I don't think this one will release this year, but never say never. I'd expect it to be something that is teased for next fall, probably. But since this one was so strong on Switch, you know they're gonna put a sequel on Switch again. And as we've seen, Nintendo has been using some under-the-radar methods to improve their graphics, with AMD FSR taking shape in Nintendo Switch Sports and Life is Strange True Colors. So if they could boost an Immortals Phoenix Rising 2 to look even better, run even better on Switch, this could be a very big third-party game. And before you know it, Ubisoft is all of a sudden again doing awesome work for Switch, bringing out a new Mario + Rabbids exclusive and an Immortals that feels tailored to the Switch fan base. You gotta let me know if you'd be excited for another Immortals, and if you didn't play the first one and you're just waiting for Zelda, look, I highly encourage you to do so. It is a very strong title and a very fun time. Another rumored game could be a really fun time as well, and that would be a new Prince of Persia. You might remember that they were remaking Prince of Persia, and that was supposed to drop last March. It never came to be. They said they had to go back to the drawing board and kind of rework some things and improve it and make it ready for release, and we haven't heard anything since. But according to Mr. Henderson, there's another Prince of Persia game that is a 2.5D game inspired by Ori. Ori getting a lot of love, and honestly, that sounds exquisite. Prince of Persia in Ori style with beautiful hand-drawn art. Oh, baby. I'm not gonna lie, I thought the Prince of Persia remake looked really dull and really boring, and I really didn't like the art style. POP has used some really cool styles before. There's a game back on 360, I think it was around like 07, 08, and it had amazing art, and it was really unique and really fun. They just don't really make games like that anymore, so I'd love to see Prince of Persia come back, and if it needs to happen in an Ori style, that sounds awesome. Ubisoft has done really well with their smaller artsy games. There's a lot of great ones that you can grab on the eShop. Stuff like Valiant Hearts and Child of Light are really, really fun, but Prince of Persia 2.5D could be a nice renaissance for this character in this franchise that has been dormant for so long. It's Splinter Cell and Pop. Ubisoft needs to bring those back before they go hog wild on Division and Rainbow and Assassins and Far Cry and Skull and Bones. Now, I would hope that some of those bigger IP could appear on Switch as well. I think Ubisoft should make an exclusive Assassins for Switch, given that the Assassins they release, albeit being older, run well and are fun to play on the platform. An exclusive game would be awesome and probably sell pretty darn well. I know we can't get Assassin's Creed Infinity on Switch because that's definitely targeting next gen, but they should do something with these big franchises to put them on the biggest, coolest platform. In the meantime though, let me know in the comments if you are more excited for Immortals 2, Prince of Persia 2.5D, or the hope that some of these other 20 games from Ubisoft end up somehow making their way to Switch. For me, it's actually that Prince of Persia Ori-inspired game that I want most. Whew, a lot of Ori talk today, but let's flip things a totally different direction. If you're not a fan of that Ubisoft shtick, then hey, Wreckfest is finally coming to Switch June 21st. This game was announced last year, and it is a car game where you wreck stuff. It actually was received really well upon initial release in 2018. THQ Nordic is now bringing it for $40 to Switch, and it's got 30 frames per second, 16 players online. It also comes bundled with 2 full seasons worth of content added on, so it seems like you're getting quite a bit of bang for your buck, despite the game being about 4 years old. Then again, a game where you can ride on school buses, crop harvesters, and lawnmowers and wreck stuff, it sounds like a pretty good time, and if it runs well, this could be another good third-party pickup for Switch in 2022, a year that drains our wallet unlike ever before. You know what's good and free though? The community polls. You can participate free of charge and be featured on this show with your opinions mattering most. Last night I asked you, now that folders are here, okay, do you think Nintendo will give us themes next? And the tide is turning, my friends, because after 5 years, Nintendo dropped folders in Update 14.0 to rave reviews from fans like me. And now 60% of us believe that themes are next. If Nintendo did folders finally, they could do themes too. The clock has not run out, and even though Nintendo's weird as heck, themes! 40% say never, but I really think it's more likely than ever. 15.0 could be the theme time. What else does Nintendo have to add? It seems like they really are trying to build out this system to be its best self and really extend the life cycle, improve the online, and deliver features that fans have wanted. I got nothing but kudos and praise for Nintendo right now. A great day of news and stories. I'm so glad you were able to join me. Let me know your favorite in the comments down below. And hey, go out there and have a great rest of your day. Make sure to get outside, smell some fresh air, enjoy the science of awe. That means like when you see stuff big, like all the trees in the world, or if you got mountains or even a long road, you go out there and you see nature, the world around you, and it's big and impressive. Your brain just kind of soaks it up and gets some good little vibes. It's a fun time here in life, and I hope that it's a fun day for you. So make sure to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. And until next time, my wonderful friends, I love you a lot. I'll see you tomorrow. SwitchForce out.